All right. What's up, Ariana? How's it going?
It's good. Going good.
We're talking all things. If you can come up to the microphone a little bit, so people can hear your voice. We're talking all things boxing today. So, Ariana, I know you're getting ready for your pro debut in March, right? So it must be exciting. How does something like that feel? Like after all the times that you've been in the gym, like putting in that work.
It honestly feels so surreal because I knew I wanted to get to this point
Yeah.
eventually. I just I didn't know if it was gonna be earlier, maybe even a little later, but honestly, I'm excited. I've been kind of done. I feel like I checked out of amateurs a while ago, so I feel
Yeah.
like this was just obviously the next step for me.
What does something like that feel like? Because how long have you been boxing for?
10 years in April this year.
Okay. And what got you into boxing?
Honestly, I always get asked that question, but growing up, we've always watched boxing,
Yeah.
the pay-per-view fights. It was like definitely a big thing at our house. We'd have people over and just getting to watch them. I was like, oh, I could do that. And I was so little. I think I was 8 years old. And I asked my dad if he could take me to a gym. But I think because I was, a little girl, he was just kind of like, oh, you know, we'll see later. So I never like gave up wanting to do it. So then we just got into a gym eventually.
Yeah. So it was born from you then? You
Yeah.
were really the one that had the interest to do it.
Yeah.
No uncles, family members boxed.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're first
Yeah.
of your family. Wow, that's it. That's really interesting. And what's your earliest memory of stepping into the gym?
Um, Honestly, like the very first day, I went with my Nino because he found the gym that we went to, and then just seeing like, I think it was bigger for me because I was like the only, me and my cousin were the only girls in there at the
Yeah.
time, so it's kind of like, oh shoot, are we supposed to be here? But then you just see like you see everybody working the bag, doing like all the little steps and everything. So
Well, you're from Las Cruces, right? Basically, El Paso, Las Cruces area, right?
yeah.
What's one thing that you feel that makes you smile about this area when you think about home?
I mean, just that it's just home. I feel comfortable here. Um, I just love it. I love everything, like especially El Paso, being from Las Cruces.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a connection here because we come here all the time, even if it's not just for boxing. So just really the comfortability that I have here, and I feel grounded. So it just makes me smile being home.
And how do you feel making your pro debut here in El Paso
Honestly, I think
at
it's so
home?
cool. Because I've had a couple of my early fights here. It's kind of like full circle moments. Like even not being in the Las Cruces area or like New Mexico in
Yeah.
general, I feel like it's just a full circle moment. Um, just like where I started basically.
Yeah. And I know your dad's at your corner all the time. He's one of your coaches, right?
Yes.
And what's the best piece of advice that your dad's given you,
Um,
like as a boxer?
Honestly, because when you go into the ring, you
Yeah.
have nerves. I mean, all of us do. But he'll just tell me, like, it's just nothing but a thing. Like, we do this, we work for this. Like, it's just another day. So it kind of helps ground me a little bit and put me back into the moment. Like, oh, like, we do this. It's not something so much bigger than you. Like,
Yeah.
this is what you do. So it kind of
Yeah.
helps.
And I know recently you got the opportunity to train with Stephanie Hahn, right? And what was that like?
Oh, it was awesome. Before I started working with her, I did a couple of sparrings with her when she first came back into the boxing scene. And then I went away, and then I came back and was able to kind of join her camp for the Holly Holm fight. But
Yeah.
honestly, it was really a good experience. She's she's just awesome, to be honest. So.
How does training with somebody like that right now she just had that big fight with Holly Holm? How does that sharpen your skill set?
Honestly, I mean, I've worked with pros a lot,
Yeah, when
but
you work with
just
pros, like
yeah,
how does that sharpen your?
I get to see kind of like how they like I'm trying to think, but kind kind of how they move, because it's just certain, like for us,
Yeah.
we do 2-minute rounds for pros.
Yeah.
And then me coming from amateurs, I was doing 3-minute rounds. So kind of like how you break it, everything up round by round.
Yeah.
It's just a different thing. So especially for coming from 3 minutes to 2 minutes, it's a lot faster. And honestly, I feel like that can kind of get to you.
Yeah.
So just seeing her
Yeah,
how
for
she
sure. Even
did,
an
yeah.
extra minute, it's like on
Yeah.
the cardio, it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's and you guys go 10 rounds, or is it 12 rounds usually that you do as an amateur, or is it 8?
Oh no, for us we fight 3 rounds.
Okay, so
Yeah,
for
just
amateur it's 3.
Yeah.
And then pro is going to what?
Your first fight will be like 4, then you can go to 6,
Okay.
8, like up by
Okay.
2 rounds. Yeah.
And is how tiring is 3 rounds?
Honestly, I mean, when you have your conditioning, it can feel like nothing, but obviously you want to do so as much as you can
Yeah.
in that like condensed amount of time. So it can get really challenging, like really on your cardio.
Cool. And so has boxing taken you around different places?
Yes.
What's one of the cool places that you've gotten to visit?
I went overseas with Team USA to Poland. So
Yeah.
that was like really different. It was a culture shock to say the least.
Really?
Yeah, but that's definitely like the overseas part that I went. And then we've been to Mexico City.
Yeah.
That one was really cool. Just obviously like we're by Mexico anyway.
Yeah.
Being like by Juarez, but it just definitely different too. Different culture.
And what was the experience like fighting for Team USA, and what were you doing? What was the whole thing? Is it like a tournament, or what was it that you were participating in?
It was a tournament. It was an all-female tournament there, and so I think what we did a 2-week camp in Colorado Springs at the training center, and then we flew out there, and I think we were there a week before, getting acclimated.
Yeah.
And then jet lag and everything. But it was really cool. I love the team aspect. Like we all come together. We've all basically grew up together.
Yeah.
Some of the girls I've known forever. So it was kind of cool getting to just be with them, cheering them on, having them
Yeah.
cheer you on. Just the team aspect.
And how old were you when you did that?
I was about to turn 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was big.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time you did like that big of a tournament at that age?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, international.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one of the hardest things when, say somebody's coming up and they're 16 to do something like that?
Honestly, like
Is it the mindset?
the mindset, yeah, just letting yourself live in the moment, and then but like realize like yeah, you still got a job to do. Like yeah, we we were going out looking around the area, and then just not letting like the like how big it was like affect you, because
Yeah.
honestly for me, I got nervous. I've never been in that situation. I mean,
Yeah.
not everyone can say that they have, but
Yeah.
just letting yourself kind of go back into like, yeah, this is what we're doing, we're fighting. So
What are like the core characteristics that somebody that fights from this area, from the Southwest, from El Paso, from Las Cruces, that you see?
I would say discipline. I mean, all boxers have it, but I feel like we love what we do, but we know we need to work to get there a lot more than maybe like other people, especially because we're just in this little corner of like the South.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say discipline. I mean, everybody that I know, they have like a fighter's heart.
Yeah.
So just that we all love to fight. We all love what we do. Yeah, probably.
I always ask this question to fighters: what makes a Mexican fighter? What do you think makes that?
Their heart, literally just their heart. Like we know we have to work. Like, I mean, I feel like that's just us, like Mexicans as a whole. I feel like we put all of our heart into what we do, and we're probably hardest workers in the room usually. So I feel like that just translates to life, and then also translates into our boxing. So
What would you say that's like unique to your style when you fight?
I would say probably my counter punching. I've been told that a lot lately. Like, they shouldn't stay right in front of me because, like I'll pick my shots.
Yeah.
I'll make my openings. So I've been getting that a lot lately, and then I kind of see it myself. Obviously, I'm the one making the openings, but probably my counter punching.
Yeah. What's one of the lessons that you've learned now that you've had like 80 fights, right? What's like one of the biggest lessons you've learned out of all those fights? Something you can share with people.
You know, I feel like as in life, even with boxing, you got to make your own way. Like, yeah, they're giving, you got to take what they give you, but make it like to where you can get what you need out of it.
Yeah.
I feel like that just goes into life too. Like, you can take this and make it into something better,
Yeah.
or you can kind of like let it have its way with you.
Yeah, because boxing is like a very personal sport, right? It's not, I mean, you have your team, you have your coaches, but at the end of the day, you're the one in the ring, right? So, what's that like? Like, what's the mindset when you go through something like that, where you're like, all right, I got to turn it on. It's my time. It's a very lonely road, right?
Yeah.
Being a boxer, sometimes you got to run by yourself. Sometimes you got to, it's you versus you a lot of the times in the gym, right? So what's that like, and what do you do to prepare to overcome those obstacles?
Probably a lot of self-talk. I know I should do it more, and I feel like everybody should as an athlete, but
Yeah.
probably self-talk. You know, you have to put in the hours in the gym, because if you don't, like, I mean, you're not gonna do good. So probably
Yeah.
just my self-talk, and then just know like what the goal is and the steps to get to that goal.
Yeah. I'm always asking that question because I interview like a lot of like business owners, fighters. I've had an astronaut, and I'm like trying to think of the different mindsets of what people have to do. I try to do it too to share it with just people in general, that things that they can use to help themselves to accomplish any goal. So that's why I ask a lot of those types of questions. But how did being part of that Team USA like really shape your mindset, like having that experience?
Honestly, I think it's just a goal that you have for yourself, because I mean, it can be taken away from you like at any moment. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we have somebody kind of better, or to get on to Team USA, it's
Yeah.
you go to a tournament and then you win, and then like you'll go to a selection camp, do all that. So it's kind of just a goal, and working towards those goals like really shapes who you are as a person, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I can do this, I can get what I want if I just work hard enough. And so
Yeah.
that really helps
What's
as a person.
what's one thing you want people to feel like when they see you fight? What's one thing you want them to feel from what you do?
I want them to feel like my love for the sport, like what we as boxers, and even me, like what I put in. I want them to know like feel the passion that I have for the sport. Like, I'm not just gonna go in there just to coast and
Yeah.
like maybe like by the skin of my teeth win. Like, no, I'm gonna put my passion and put all the work that I put into like my camp into the fight. I
Yeah.
just want them to feel like that passion that I
Yeah.
have for it.
How does somebody find the dog in them? I know they talk about like boxers, they got to have the dog, right? Like when they're down or they get hit and you get knocked down, you got to get back up, right? How does somebody find that in themselves?
I feel like well, for me, I know I don't want to lose. I mean, who wants to lose? But
Yeah.
I feel like, why are you going to let somebody take from you? Like, you put all this work. Yeah, they put it into you,
Yeah.
but you know what you put in. Like, why are you going to let somebody come in and take that
Yeah.
from you? So I feel like, are you just going to let yourself basically like have something taken from you? Like, you wouldn't, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, I own my own business, and sometimes you feel like, damn, man, like you have ups and downs, right? But you just got to get up on those bad days and really just keep going forward, keep pushing forward. And or like for me, like when things get hard, I start hitting the gym harder. I start like being like, all right, I'm gonna show you who I am, kind of thing. So that's how I find it. I know sometimes for other people, it's sometimes the opposite where it knocks them down and they have to get up. But I would say just start taking that first move, right? Just walk into the gym, just do that first rep, right? And then from there you'll get the next reps in, right? Um, and so I wanted to continue talking about a little bit about boxing because, you know, when I saw your story, I was like, man, that's really cool. I think you're at a really great time. What's the hardest part right now going from your transition from amateur to pro? Like when you talk about, people talk about that, what's the hardest part for you?
I think for me right now, I'm coming off of not fighting for a year. So I think already that automatically puts me in like a weird place.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can come back from, you
Yeah.
can always come back.
Yeah.
But then now it's my pro debut. Like, it's not just, oh, like I'm going to go do, like, I've already done this before. Like, I haven't done it
Yeah.
before. So I think for me right now, that's kind of one little thing that's kind of weird with my journey right now.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I love to fight, so I don't think it's gonna be too much of like
Yeah.
a difference.
How do you balance like the aggression and strategy? Like not just getting over emotional when maybe you feel like I got to get aggressive. How do you balance that when you're in having those emotions? Because, you know, it's a mix of things, and a lot of people don't get to feel this, right? When you're competing and you're like I would do jujitsu tournaments, right? And so you're like tired already, like your brain's already working, right? And then you're still having to control your emotions. I know I had Chris on recently. He's the head coach at the 10th Planet, and he's competed a lot. He fights too, and it's that controlling of those emotions, right? So how do you control that?
I probably fall back onto my training. I feel like a lot of people should do that. Like I put myself in those positions already with training, where I get frustrated. Like obviously we're not gonna have good days all the time, but
Yeah.
like I know I've been here before. I know that if I let myself get past that like point, like where I'm just completely frustrated, like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come back. And
Yeah.
then if I did,
Yeah.
I could have done better in my fight. But
Yeah.
I just fall back onto my training. I know I put myself in those positions. I know I've been there before. So I know like if I let myself get past that point, it's obviously not gonna be good. But I just take a deep breath, like kind of come back into myself and just be like, been here before. You just need to breathe and make adjustments.
Yeah. I respect a lot of what you guys do because it's a lot of discipline, right? You got to really, really like ground yourself because of all the stuff you guys are going through. I love taking people like into the details of things. What are your, like when you're getting ready and you're training, like what does your training look like? How many days are you training per week? How tough is it? Like, are you doing multiple trainings per day? Especially getting ready for your first pro fight, like what does something like that look like?
I'm doing 6 days a week right now. Um,
Damn, so it's pretty
yeah, it's
solid, it's
pretty, yeah.
consistent, right?
Yeah. And then 5 of those days are 2 days.
Yeah,
So I'll do my strength and conditioning in the morning.
yeah,
And then obviously boxing and sparring in the evening. And then, yeah, that's how we always done it. So it's not really like too much of a difference to me. But yeah, it does get really strenuous. So just making sure, especially now that I'm getting older, I'm not old, but you know, I've been in the sport a minute, so it kind of, you know, it adds up. But making sure I take those rest days, like my Sunday will be my rest day, or maybe try something different with stuff. So you're just not like, you know, you're consistent, but you're also doing new things for your body,
yeah,
and I feel like that helps mentally
yeah.
too.
What are some things that you do to disconnect? Like, what are some hobbies? What are things that people don't know about Ariana?
Um, I haven't done it as much, but I've been wanting to get back into it. I like horse riding,
Oh,
horseback riding. I've grown up with horses, so I just really like that. And I want to get back into it. But probably being also like having my dogs. I like doing dog training
wow.
and stuff. And honestly, I just like watching movies and just
Really?
being being a vegetable.
What's like one of your top movies? I know it's hard, but people ask me stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I got a ton of them.
I know.
But like, what's one that really makes you smile and or is a good one for you to disconnect from everything?
Well, right now it's not really a movie. It's a show, and I feel like it's getting like its praise again. But Smallville. I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah, I'm watching Smallville. Um, and it's like 10 seasons, so
Yeah.
there's like a lot to watch. So I just watched that, and
On the days that I know right now you're going through training, and I can imagine, just like everybody else, there's days sometimes that you don't feel like training. What are some things that help you to get you to fall back into line, and things that other people can maybe do for themselves?
honestly, I would say listen to your body, because I actually had a day like that this week where I was just like, I cannot get into this today, and it was for my boxing workout.
Yeah.
I was just like I'm so just drained. I felt a little drained. I just felt like, but I felt like I wanted to run. So I was like, oh, like I'll go for a run, and that's what I did instead. And honestly, that like really like felt way better. I would say just listen to your body. Um, honestly, that's the best thing. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that I did that, because I felt so much better. I think I had just too much on my mind, and that helped cleared it up a little bit. And I'm still working out, so
Yeah.
it's not like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes if you can just make it through that day. I know for me, like growing my business, I grew everything you see here is I grew it out of my garage.
That's awesome.
So like there's been days that I feel like super defeated, and I just got to get myself back up and keep going. And sometimes I'm like, damn man, like I don't know if I can keep going and doing this stuff because it's tough. A lot like the responsibilities are bigger. Obviously, we got big bills, big responsibilities, more clients, more things that fall on my back, and the pressure is higher, right? And I just feel like sometimes through those days, I just try to just like say, well, if I could just make it through tonight, like I'll feel better tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a better mindset. What are some things that you do to that you think that are routines that people can use, or what do you do like to kick you back into that? I know we just talked about, like you were sharing me a little bit of when you're not feeling down, you had a bad day, and you're coming back to it. Like, what are some things that you do that kick you back into that?
I would say listening to music, because sometimes I think that's a big thing for
For
me,
sure.
especially in the gym. I feel like it really does change my mood a lot. So I try to just put something on that I know like will hype me up
Yeah.
a little bit. And honestly, like it's helped a couple of times. Or like I said, if not, just find something else. Like how I
Yeah.
went running that one day, and it was just like way better for me mentally. Because sometimes it's not really like the physical part.
Yeah.
It's just the mental part.
For sure.
Yeah. So I feel like just little things. I like listening to music. Probably
Do you have any routines like before your fight that you're like, every time I fight, I do this?
uh honestly it changes. Like I'll add something, or I'll like take away, or it's not really too much of a routine. I do try to stick to like what I usually do in the gym, because honestly, why would you want to do something completely different that you don't know if it works, and then go fight?
Yeah.
So like your routine, like your warm up and everything from the gym works. So like I'll do it there. But
You're not very superstitious. Like I know, like Michael Jordan used to have a routine, like Kobe used to have a routine, like um, not very superstitious on things like,
no, because I think I'm just like very like, oh shit, I'm about to fight, so
yeah.
I need to I'm very like I'll probably I'll probably visualize a little bit like what I
Yeah.
want to do. Maybe a lot of my fights are at tournaments, so maybe I already saw that girl fight
Yeah.
the day before, so I'll kind of see like, oh, she does this, and then I'll visualize like, oh, I'll do this. I like talking with my team a lot,
Yeah.
because they ground me, especially my coach Terry, because he'll like be laughing. I feel like I need that. That's like
Yeah.
something I need. I don't want to be too like serious and like balled up. I feel
Yeah.
like that makes me very stiff.
Yeah.
So just talking with my team, listening to music, visualizing. Yeah.
How do you get through like the loneliness of boxing?
Um, honestly, probably my relationships outside of boxing, because we're not always just boxing 24/7. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, oh, when you need to be, so you're focused. No, I feel like you do need to kind of disconnect from that, so you're just not like just focusing on that.
Yeah.
So probably my relationships outside of boxing, doing stuff with like my parents, my brother. Yeah, just kind of keying into those.
Yeah. It's exciting thinking about like your pro debut and then at the Coliseum. Did you ever go there as a kid?
No.
No? So this is your first time in the Coliseum?
I feel like I went there. I swear I just went there. I don't know if it was there for a concert or
Oh,
if that was
okay.
somewhere else. No,
Okay.
that was Don Haskins.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been around for a while, but it's pretty cool there.
Actually, I fought there.
You did?
Yes, I did fight there. It was like a long time ago, so that's why I can't really remember. 80 fights is a lot.
Really? And
Yeah.
so now it's like full 360, you're coming back, but
Yeah.
it's your pro debut
Yeah.
there.
I'm like, oh, I can't even remember.
No, I know 80 fights is a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a resume. And you're, still under 23, so
Yeah.
it's a lot. So you grew up in this area, right?
Yes.
You've been here your whole life. So tell me when you stop in, and I know these local people love these kind of questions, but when you stop in El Paso, like what's your favorite place to go eat? Or one of the places?
I've been liking recently Famous Dave's.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I really like barbecue.
so barbecue,
Yeah.
anything barbecue.
Yeah.
Any local barbecue spots?
No, just there.
Just there.
Yeah.
And when you travel, all over the world, what's one thing you tell people about El Paso or where you're from?
I mean, we definitely love coming to El Paso because being from Las Cruces, we don't have a lot of stuff there. So we'll come here for like the day, do stuff that we can't do in Cruces. Probably that is just like our closest, biggest city too. So, yeah.
Or even from Cruces, when people say like, "Where are you from?" and then they're like, "Where's that?"
Oh yeah, I definitely get that a
What do you
lot.
tell people?
I'm like, it's from New Mexico, and then some people will be like, oh my God, New Mexico? Like they'll be like Mexico. I get that a lot. It's so funny, but I'm like, no, we're New Mexico. I just sound like we're like a small city. I actually really love it here. I
Yeah.
think probably doing boxing a lot has made me love it even more because it's somewhere where like it's a smaller community, so you kind of ground you a little bit more, and it's not so rushed. Like everywhere that I've been to is a bigger city, so it's just more like commotion there. And
Yeah.
so Cruces, you get to kind of just come back, recenter yourself, and then everybody, so it's kind of very comfortable.
Do you guys have like a family tradition or things like before or after fights that's special to you?
Probably going out to eat.
Really?
Yeah, we always go out to eat after fights, and I feel like that's like one of my biggest things that I like to do, because again, like my biggest thing is being grounded and with my family. So just kind of coming off of like this stressful week and then getting to just kind of recenter myself I feel like I really love that.
What's the hardest part for you about boxing in general?
I would say weight cutting.
Oh, really?
Weight cutting, yeah, definitely. That's
Yeah,
been my biggest.
It's real, right?
Yeah.
Like people don't really understand the battle there.
Yeah, because boxing, I love boxing. I love working out. I've always done sports since I was super little. And then obviously I've been boxing since I was 12. So it's kind of just like what I know, like what I love doing. So the weight cutting part for me is just.
So is it something that you start a little bit earlier, or you're that like one of those like extreme that try to do it like in the last month or something like that?
I try to definitely start a little earlier because I know gradual is way better than like, oh my God, I have 10 pounds this week. Like,
Yeah.
I know, especially me, I'll kind of be like in a bad mood.
You get
hangry, and I don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for my team as much, even though like it will come out. But I just like a gradual weight cut.
What weight do you fight at?
For my pro debut, I'm gonna fight at 154, but I'm hoping to go down to 147.
Wow. So the weight cut, and is there anything? Is it just watching what you eat as well, exercising hard, or do you work with a nutritionist on this kind of stuff, or you're taking care of that all in house?
I have worked with nutritionists before. I was in the world class athlete program for the Army.
Yeah.
And so we had one there. And I really enjoyed talking with her about it. And then, just getting like educated on everything to make it easier for myself.
Yeah.
My strength coach, Mike, he was into that too. So just like kind of grabbing little things from them.
Yeah.
And then just definitely watching what I eat. Like you obviously know like, oh, this is really heavy, or it's like big for you and what's not.
Yeah.
So just watching what I eat, even if it's like sometimes you're like you don't, but just knowing like that like 80-20 rule, I guess, like yeah, like 80% of the time be on top of your stuff, and then 20%,
Yeah.
but maybe in camp it's more 90-10.
So what does that first bite feel like after a long camp, and then you get to eat that first meal? What does that feel like?
Oh my god, it feels so good. I love
What's one thing you eat once it's said and done?
um honestly, because like I said, I mostly was doing tournaments, so whatever is in that city, like we'll find something. A lot of the times it was seafood, like seafood boils. I feel like that was just like our go-to thing. So probably whatever's there, we'll find like a really good place, and then I'll just try to see like what's good there. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say a pizza, because most fighters are like with a pizza slice or something after, because it's like,
I feel like yeah, pizza is definitely a good one. I just feel like I don't want my stomach. I don't want to kill my stomach because reintroducing food like just kind of sucks sometimes.
wow. Yeah. So you mentioned that you served, right? A lot of people may not know this about you, but you served for 4 years.
3.5 active duty.
Okay. What was something like that? What helped you? What experiences that you get from there that you learned that helps you right now in preparing for this pro debut?
Honestly, like with boxing, you know how you said it's a lonely sport. I mean, everybody kind of thinks that about boxing, but being there, it kind of helped me like really learn how to be on my own with certain stuff. So I feel like that helps with boxing. Like it translates like that independency that you have. Um, I would say also like there's gonna be a lot of super tough things that you have to go through. But like that you can get through it. So I feel like that helped me a lot too.
That's really good. I wanted to ask you, who's your like your the holy grail of boxing? Who would you say like is your one of your favorite boxers? I'll say one of your favorite boxers. I know it's hard calling out.
I feel like this is just like generic, but it's not generic because he's really good. Canelo, I really love him, but I think because um he's a super good counterpuncher. He's super patient, and I feel like I'm like that. Even with being amateur, where it's kind of like a faster pace, you only have 3 rounds. But with sparring, I feel like I'm very patient again because I like counter punching and then kind of creating my openings. So I really like. I feel like that's one thing that I really love about him is his patience, and like he really does like create those shots that you see.
Yeah, he's special, and seeing this last fight, I don't know. It's also too, like, people always say, oh well, he wasn't good enough or this and that, right? But sometimes it's your day. You have a day off, or you're not at 100%. He's been doing it for such a long time and dominating and stuff. So, but yeah, definitely one of the respected ones. What can people expect from you for your fight in March?
I would say, I mean, I haven't fought in over years, so I'm ready to fight. Um, just gonna be action packed. I wanna make a statement with this. Like, I'm here now. I'm in the pros. Um, so probably just that. Like, I'm there to make a statement. I'm there to make my comeback and just do what I love.
You're here. You want to make the statement and make people remember your name. What would you like for people when it's all said and done in your career? What would you like for people to remember about you as a boxer?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I honestly didn't think about this, because you're kind of just living in moments. Um, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. Um,
But that's cool that you think like it's just one step at a time. I'm not even thinking over there. I just want to get past this fight.
yeah.
just prove myself and then go to the next one?
Obviously, I want to be a world champion. That's like definitely one of my goals. But honestly, I feel like I don't really think too much, or I try not to think too much about like, oh, like what people will remember, because it's obviously like it's still my journey and it's still what I want for myself. And if people love that and they find something in me that um, correlates with them, then that's good. But other than that, maybe like probably putting women's boxing on a bigger stage. I know a lot of us are coming up, so being just helping that out too.
Really? What would you say to somebody that's young, maybe the first fight, Ariana? What would you say to that person about what you've learned after 80 fights and what they should do to prepare themselves?
I would say, especially with amateurs, people go in there thinking like, oh, I have to win, I have to records, this and that. No, just experience, just soak it all in. Um, like just take little things like, oh, I didn't do this enough. Just it's the experience. That's
Yeah.
really what I tell a lot of people, even if they have like a couple fights. I'm just like, it's experience. Don't take so much things to heart right now.
Yeah.
Like you're learning.
Yeah.
You don't need to be so hard, because I've seen people be so hard on themselves after a loss that they like don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but you don't love it other than just winning. Like you don't need to win all the time. It's not you don't learn from that, and you don't. Yeah.
That's great advice. I love to tell people that you have to get your ass kicked before you can serve the ass kickings, right? So that's like a metaphor for maybe you may not win, maybe you win, but you got to put your time in before you can actually get good at what you're doing, right? And like you say, a lot of people give up before it even turns into something. And so, yeah, it sucks. It happens not only in fighting, obviously in life, and you're going after a goal, you're building a business, and or you're just trying to be something in a sport and you give up after the first letdown, or you got to keep going, you got to keep getting up. So you're big on shaping that women's boxing. What's one thing that has been big, or who has been like a big pivotal, somebody that you can look up to in women's boxing?
I would say probably Stephanie. Stephanie's a big one, just because she brought in my friend Samantha Ginnathan, to her camp, and then I was able to I wasn't initially in her camp at first, so I was just getting to see them these are two local people for me, because Sam was from here, from Incrucis. So, two local people, like obviously Stephanie's going to be on the big stage, and it kind of makes it a little bit more real. Like, yeah, we can get there, because you're not really connected to all these other local, not local, all these other big women in boxing. Like, I know a couple of them, but, I don't talk with them a lot. Yeah, it's like you're not really connected to that, like their reality. But with Stephanie, you're like, oh wow, like I know her, I talk with her, I trained with her. So getting to see her like get on that big stage and do what she did with Holly, it makes it like real for you.
Yeah. What's one big takeaway? And I know there's probably many, but what's one big takeaway that you took away from like your time with Stephanie, from her?
Well, I mean, I guess we all know she has a lot on her plate. Like she's a cop, she's a mom, like that's a big thing too. Full-time athlete. Honestly, just seeing her like put in so much sacrifice, and sometimes not spending time with your family, or just making the sacrifice for like them at the same time too. Just, make your time and put your time into what you love. Just
Yeah.
seeing that, like, especially moms. Moms are big people. My mom is a very like big inspiration to me, because they sacrifice so much
Yeah.
and they still get things done. So just seeing that, it's like big role models for me.
Yeah. So just seeing her ability to juggle many things and still get in there and kick butt, that's inspiring to you.
Yeah.
That's big. That's huge for sure. Just, You know, a lot of people don't think that about that.
Yeah, it's
Her,
not
you're the,
highlighted enough
yeah,
because moms do a lot. And then, especially like I'm doing the same thing she's doing. We're training. I'm obviously getting ready to turn pro,
yeah,
but she's juggling way more
yeah.
and still doing her thing. So,
Yeah, you go home to decompress, and she probably has to go home
yeah.
to homework with her kids or something.
Yeah. So that's just seeing that, I was like, that's very inspiring to me. Also, like, I've seen it with my mom where they're doing so much because she's a business owner.
Hmm.
So business owner, she's going to school, having us kids, but she's still like doing it all. Like I can do it. I don't even have that much on my plate like they do. So I can make the time
Yeah,
to.
what's one of the things that you feel like you picked up from your parents because them being business owners, what's one trait that you think you picked up from what they've taught you without saying a word?
Um, if you put in the work, you'll get like where you want to go.
Hmm.
I feel like that kind of translates into boxing. Like the hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work, and that translates into business. Like if you don't work hard and you don't put in the work, all the miles that you guys put into like getting to your business, like you're not gonna be successful. Like you're not making the sacrifices. You're not gonna
Yeah,
have all this like
yeah. You almost have to burn the boats, right? You're
yeah,
like, I ain't, there's no turning back. There's only one way, and it's that way,
yeah.
and that's what we're gonna do. How much of that mindset um, do you feel like in your boxing career you've had to have that mindset like I'm going to show them, I'm going to do this?
I feel like I've had it throughout my. I feel like I'll always have it.
Yeah,
Because, like we say, we always treat the person like they're number one. So
yeah,
if I'm not working hard to be like, that number one person, like, what am I doing? So putting in that work,
how important is believing in yourself?
I think it's super important. And I think, yeah, I could say, oh, you self-talk, you need to know that you have it. But
Yeah,
a lot of times you don't. And sometimes I don't. But I know when the times that I haven't, I've still come out on top and done good. So you're not always gonna have that, but you still need to have like just a little bit. But I would say it's probably number one because if you don't believe in yourself, then who will?
exactly. And that's good that you highlight that you say sometimes you're not going to always believe in yourself, right? But you get that confidence through getting through it, right? You get through it and then you're like, all right, like that wasn't
Yeah,
that bad, you know? I mean, I can imagine what something like, okay, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to Poland at 16, and then I'm going to go jump in a ring with strangers, how much pressure that could be, right?
yeah.
And how much, I mean, did that, after that experience, did you feel more confident for something like that?
Yes. I did. I feel like I definitely earned that confidence a lot more when I went into the military. Because again, you're by yourself. Like
Yeah,
you're not gonna have people holding your hands.
yeah,
Like, oh, my parents aren't here to like tell them, like to back off or like to do this or like, oh, they're not asking them. Like it's you.
yeah.
So I think not only from that experience in Poland, but like more getting older and then when I went into the military, I feel like that definitely helped me a lot more.
During your time when you were in the military, were you still training?
Yes. So with the World Class Athlete program, I was there for 2 years out of my contract. I basically did what I did here. I
Hmm.
did my workouts in the morning. I boxed. We went traveled to national tournaments, just representing the military,
Yeah.
army.
When you're working out like that, like what's one of the workout that you need to do most? Is it more like cardio or is it like you have some kind of weight training as well involved?
Oh, it's definitely both. I like putting an emphasis on strength training, but I really love lifting. But I feel like if you're not strong, like you're always gonna have like some sort of injuries.
Yeah.
So definitely strength training and conditioning, like both. You need them both.
Were you always athletic? Was it something, did you do something other than boxing like when you were younger? Like, did you play sports in high school or?
Yeah, mostly in middle school and like elementary. Because once I started boxing, I kind of just put like my all into it.
Really?
Yeah. So I did volleyball. Um, I tried soccer. I really liked it. I just didn't like stick with it.
Yeah.
I played football with my brother for like a
Really?
season, but we were really little.
Like you actually put on the pads and you played
Yeah.
football?
Because I saw him doing it and I was like, I want to try. And then we're close in age, so I was able to be on his team. I just thought that was funny because I'm just like, I was playing football. I did gymnastics when I was really young, and I hated it because I'm not flexible at all, and they like really try to make you flexible, and I
Yeah.
was just like, I can't do this. So yeah, I've been athletic my whole life. I've always done sports, but once I did boxing, I was just like, I want to do this.
Yeah. Do you, for advice for younger people, do you think if they're going to do boxing, like you got to go all in? There is no other because you're not going to win.
Um, I would say honestly, no. I feel like when you're really young, like if it is what you want to do and like, yeah, I want to put my all into this,
Yeah.
yeah, like do it. But also like sometimes I did wish I did stuff in like high school. Like, I really did enjoy volleyball. So sometimes you kind of like miss out on like doing that. Like you could do that for a season and like the rest boxing.
Yeah.
But if that's something that you really want to do, then yeah, put your all in to boxing. But
Yeah.
I would say like, you're being young, like try different stuff too. So
Yeah. Yeah. Because do you think as you grow and now you're going to your pro, like it requires more of you?
yes.
Much
Yes.
more.
Especially because, it's gonna be
You're
on a
saying
little bit.
6 days a week. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
that's like a full-time job and some.
Yeah. I mean we've always kind of done that schedule. Even with school, I would go like early in the morning to the gym and then school and boxing. But yeah, I feel like it definitely requires more of you. I feel like there's just a little bit more pressure because now you're like kind of being watched a little bit more.
Yeah.
And whereas like amateur, obviously I want to win. I wanted to win in amateur anyway. But if you don't, like there's always gonna be like another one, another time.
Yeah.
But I feel like with pro, you're kind of a little bit more pressure.
Yeah. You recently as well got management and stuff like, so you're getting more organized in that. How is something like that? And basically you're becoming like your parents, like business people now, right? Because you're boxing, but you're also got to be a business person. Um, what's something that you can give advice for people if they're looking to get management and they're looking to do that stuff?
I would say just try somebody that fits like your like what you want.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just a big one because if they don't have your best interest at heart, like
Yeah.
you're not gonna get anywhere you want to be. Um, with my manager, he was already managing a lot of girls that I knew, so it was kind of like like yeah, he's good. You're able to
Yeah.
kind of like see what he's doing for them, and then they're really comfortable with him. So, but I feel like even talking with him, he had a lot of my best interests at heart, and we kind of were on the same page of where I wanted to go. So I think just, finding somebody that has your best interests because obviously it's you. You're the one going to the ring. And boxing, like you can get hurt. So if they don't have your
Yeah.
best interests at heart, then you're like only gonna hurt yourself. They're just as they're gonna hurt you too.
Yeah. You consider yourself, obviously you fight. Um, you consider yourself being pretty tough, and how do you overcome like when you are hurt?
Ooh, that's a good one. Cause I have been hurt. One time I hurt my hand really bad and I couldn't use it for like a couple fights, but I was still fighting. So honestly, sometimes you just gotta like push through. I did throw that hand a couple times, like it hurt, but I knew like I just needed to throw it. Probably just now that I'm older, I would say get looked at, so you have longevity
Yeah.
in the sport instead of just like, oh, I'm gonna just kind of push through it and then you end up hurting yourself more.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would say get looked at. Um, Sometimes pushing through isn't like the best option
Yeah.
because you just see more people like get hurt than anything. But
Yeah, a lot of fighters, they fight hurt, right? And like recently, was it Lindsey Vonn, right? She was the skier in the Olympics, and her knee, she was already hurt. She had a torn ACL, and then I'm not sure if you saw that, and she wiped out, and they had to airlift her, and
yeah, I didn't see that, but I feel like that just happens, especially with athletes, because we can push through it. Like I could do
yeah,
it. Like, yeah, you feel good at practice, but
yeah.
when you're actually doing it, like you're pushing way more than you would at
Yeah, it's hard.
practice.
It's hard as a fighter, right? Because most of the time you're like at least for myself, when I would compete and I would do things, it's hard to tell when you're hurt and you're not hurt because, well, shit, if somebody throws you and yeah, I mean, it hurts, right? So you're just always living with it, right?
Yeah,
So it's hard to just like, am I hurt or am I, is it, what
yeah,
is it, right?
yeah. Because I've had those moments too where I'm like, okay, my shoulder kind of feels a little off, but maybe just you
Yeah,
overuse over time, that kind of thing. Like you put a little bit more strain, but like take a rest and you're good.
yeah.
But then I had that problem with my hand, and that one wasn't going away. So I would have like probably told my younger self like, we need to get looked at, and then probably like maybe take a little step back. But I mean, I still fought with it, and I still did good. But I still had my other hand that I
So
was
you
using
were
more.
throwing it even though it was hurt?
Yeah, and I would kind of like use it in moments that like I actually like needed to,
Yeah.
or
What's
there
something like
it was
that? Because
open.
you're already feeling like you're feeling adrenaline. You're feeling like you're in the zone already. You're just like, screw it, I'm gonna throw it too. So
Yeah, sometimes it did snap me out of like the adrenaline, like, oh shoot, my hand.
yeah,
But then I was able to be like, oh, well, I still have my other hand, so kind of just let it like rest or stay in defense, because you don't want to just be like your hand down.
how much are you actually talking to yourself when you're actually in the ring, or is it like
Um,
very quiet, or is it like you're constantly like talking to yourself?
I feel like I'm constantly talking to myself, because sometimes things slow down. Like it's not as fast paced for you as it looks for like other people.
Yeah,
So you just kind of get, because obviously you're in the zone. And I was reading this book where they're in the zone, but things look so much different like to them than it like the outside person.
yeah,
So you kind of everything just slows down a little bit for you, so you're able to actually like tune into yourself instead of like, oh shoot, I'm getting punched.
yeah.
I can't even think of like, should I use this or like hear my corner, because you saw, especially with the corner, it kind of helps you kind of like tune into like other things other than like this person.
For sure. What are you, as you're walking out, you're feeling the nerves, you're feeling everything, and then at what point does that like go away, or are you feeling that the whole time?
I feel like when you get punched in the face,
Really? That's like, oh, okay, I'm
was
awake now.
sometimes like even with my friends we'll like talk about it, and sometimes it's like, yeah, like it's an every daily thing that we do. We box, we spar, but sometimes you like, yeah, you shouldn't be getting hit, but you get hit and you're like, I'm in a fight, like
Yeah.
we're locked in now. I feel like sometimes you just need that like snap into like the fight.
So in your case, you're feeling it all the way until that first punch, and then like, all right, I'm awake now. Let's
Sometimes the first punch, and sometimes it's just like the bell. I feel like
really,
the bell definitely triggers like that, like, oh,
really.
we're fighting. Yeah.
How are you feeling like as you enter the ring, like you're going in the ring for the first time? What's going through your mind?
Um, Honestly, I want to say just focusing on the game plan, because my team, like, we never try to go into the ring without a game plan. So, like, okay, like, we probably already, like, looked this girl up or, like, seen her fight before.
Yeah.
So we're not just going in there, like, super blind. But, probably just sticking to the game plan, seeing, like, every fighter fights differently with another fighter. So
Yeah.
maybe she's doing something different.
Yeah.
But, I would say just probably focusing on the game plan, filling it out, listening to the corner, and then because I don't want to feel too like overwhelmed, even
Yeah.
with myself. Not just like, oh, this person, but like, oh my god, I need to do so much, and I need to do it this at this moment, this right, like
Yeah.
just feeling overwhelmed. So it's kind of like just letting yourself ease into the fight too.
So in March, you're fighting a fighter from the UK.
That's exciting. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, it's from the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's March 14th.
Yes.
March 14th. It's a Saturday
Yes.
there at the Coliseum. So people can go see you. What about your social media, if you can shout out, because so people can follow you? Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram. My Instagram, did I just say like the handle?
Yeah.
Carrasco.ac. So
Okay.
just basically my name. And then I'm on Facebook too. I'm barely kind of starting to get into Facebook, but Ariana Carrasco.
Yeah. Are you going to be sharing a little bit of the training on the back end of social media on social media? I know you told me you're trying to get a little bit more active, right?
Yeah, definitely want to get that because I mean, yeah, I could show all the highlights of like, oh, the fight, but how did you get
Yeah.
there? I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
everybody
people
wants to
want to,
know the
people want to
background.
follow your journey and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And yeah, it's really exciting. I wish you luck on your fight, and we'll definitely be tuning in to check it out. And you know, we hope that um, that this leads to opening a lot more doors,
Me too.
and I'm sure that you know, 80 fights is a lot, so you have the experience, and I'm sure you're going to be ready for that fight. What's one thing that you would share with people from El Paso, you know, people from Las Cruces, people about home, so they can come out and come see you?
Not only am I representing myself, but I'm representing like us too, because I really love, this whole area. And I'm very, especially with New Mexico, I'm very like, that's my place, New Mexico true, whatever. But I'm representing you guys too,
Yeah,
and I'm hoping to get onto bigger stages and having you come with me. Like even if you guys are home, like I'm still representing you, so like you guys are still kind of coming with me, and the support always feel the support. So
yeah. And I asked you earlier what makes a Mexican fighter, but what makes a Mexican Hispanic female fighter?
um, just our grit. We work hard. Um, especially like with adversity, like we're
Yeah.
going to face it. We're going to face it head on and just show what we're made of.
Yeah. Well, Ariana, I'm going to sum it up. I appreciate you coming to the podcast, and thank you for sharing your story with us. It's really inspirational. And as at the same time, I also give you kudos for everything you've done. I mean,
Thank you.
it's hard, and I know that, you know, being a fighter is hard already. Training by yourself, but making your first pro debut, I think it's a major milestone. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And we wish you luck on your fight. All right. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for your support.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, guys. That's it. We'll see you guys on the next one.